Hey moms and future moms. One of the rewarding parts of this practice are the questions I get from moms just like you that are looking for change. One of the more common questions I get from pregnant moms is this. Hey Dr. Jeff, what is the Webster technique and how can it help me with my pregnancy and delivery? Today, I want to jump in and get to the bottom of this question. What are the benefits of the Webster technique in chiropractic during pregnancy, along with the delivery of your child? These are types of inquiries I'm hearing from more and more moms to be. So I want to share with you how we handle your ever-changing body during pregnancy and what you can do about it right now. Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Burrows, and I'm a chiropractor who focuses on pediatric, pregnant moms, and families here at Cedar Grove Family Chiropractic. And I just love answering your questions. So whether some of you are feeling anxious about your first pregnancy, or perhaps some of you are looking into every avenue and want someone to simplify all the information out there, let's dig in. And when we're done with this webinar, I know you'll see that you do have choices on how you can experience one of the more beautiful and stressful times of your life, pregnancy. Share our screen. So to begin with, we want to make sure who's on your birth team. We have our OBs, we have our doula, and our midwives. We would love to be part of your birthing team because we know the impact that it can make on mom during their pregnancy, during the delivery, during the labor, and then also during the recovery and healing afterwards too. Now I know it's a newer concept to a lot of people, but especially of chiropractic during pregnancy has been with them since the beginning and over 120 years ago. Now the Webster technique in chiropractic, the first thing that we're going to be dealing with is talking about the nervous system. Now our nervous system controls every aspect of our function. The brain communicates with the body and tells us what to do. We want to make sure that it's functioning the best it can. Now there's two parts of our nervous system. We have our sympathetic side, which is I call our gas pedal. And then we have the other side, which is the parasympathetic, which is the brake pedal. Now, when we come across stresses, and there's three types of stress out there. We have traumas, toxins, and thoughts. Or think of it, physical stresses, chemical stresses, emotional stresses. And so when we have these different stresses in our lives, our body goes through different changes. It will start to release sugar and fats into our blood system to get to our muscles, increases our heart rate, slows down our digestive system and our immune system. And these are absolutely normal. This is what should be happening when we come under stress because the body's getting ready to either fight or flight. It's a natural way of a defense mechanism. Once that stress is gone, that's when our parasympathetic side, the brake system, will start to kick in. And that's when we'll start to calm down, get into a nice balanced state. So you can see, no matter what, when we come in stress, that gas pedal gets kicked on, stress goes away, the brake pedal starts kicking in, we should bounce off. So we're always going back and forth, back and forth. There should be a nice balance in there too. What happens though, is that we see moms get stuck into that gas pedal. We see that gas pedal being stuck on. So now all of a sudden they're always in that fight or flight. They're always with that going, going, going. And this is where we start to see some of the issues start to pop up. We'll see that anxiety or discomfort with low back pain, even sciatica going down into the leg, digestive issues, morning sickness, constipation, heartburn. We also have just tension, just having that. Sleeping issues, either falling asleep or even staying asleep. And then we have focus challenges. And I'm sure if you've heard about this already, about pregnancy brain. It seems like it just can't remember or focus on what you're doing. These are all the things that are going on when our body's in that sympathetic overdrive. That's when we're in that gas pedal mode. And I can see when our body's into that growth mode, that braking system, it's rest, relaxation, the calmness, the proper digestion. Our immune system is functioning the way it can. And also we're going into that growth and development, not only for yourself, but also for your baby. So now you can see on how important it is in making sure that our nervous system is calm and balanced, to make sure everything is going to be functioning the best it really can. Now, what is the Webster technique? An easy definition is the prenatal chiropractic technique used to assess and connect pelvic alignment or correct pelvic alignment where optimal outcomes of function is facilitated. So when we look at the spine, our brain sits up in through here, spinal cord comes out, travels all the way down to our spine. We have a vertebrae protect our spinal cord and also allows for motion. Then we also have the nerves that come out in between each vertebrae and they go down different parts of the body, and that's how we're able to control. As we get further down into the pelvis, we have our pelvic bones here. And then also we have our triangle bone down here is called the sacrum. Now we can see our uterus is going to be sitting right out around this area. Obviously, as the pregnancy goes along, it continues to grow because this is where our baby is developing. So you can see that it's very important that it's sitting right in this area. Now, the uterus, innervated by nerves from the lower back, but also it's connected to our pelvis bone by broad ligaments, and also it's connected to our sacrum by more ligaments. So we have ligaments there to make sure that it's not moving around, it's staying where it should, and as it continues to grow. So that's what we want to make sure everything is nice and lined up. Now, that Webster technique, there's really three parts of that. We already talked about the nervous system part of it, but now we're going to talk more of the structural aspect of it. So when we look at the bones, we are really focusing more on the pelvic and the sacrum here. This is in the back of it. We want to make sure everything is lined up. So if our pelvic is not lined up, or we have rotation going on here in the sacrum, these ligaments that are attached to the uterus now become stressed. And that causes stress on the uterine, not allowing it to function or be optimally how it's working. So that's why it's important that we're having proper alignment that is going on. This also then plays into those ligaments. We talk about the round ligament, we talk about the broad ligament, and also the uterosacral ligament attaching here. Again, how important those are in making sure those are balanced, because when the hips are unbalanced, it can create unbalance in the ligaments, again, creating stress onto the uterus. And then we also talk about the muscles. We have in the back, the piriformis muscle, which attaches to our sacrum going up to here, and to our pelvis on both sides. And then also we have a muscle called the psoas, attaches to the front of the spine going down here. Now what we see a lot when our moms are unbalanced, we see that these hips are unbalanced, ligaments are tight or tender, and also the same with the muscles are becoming shorter, and we usually see on one side compared to another. And that's what's so important with the Webster technique and chiropractic, is we want to get that proper alignment going on to get that proper balance. Our body is made to be nice and balanced. When it's not, that's when we start to see some of those issues. That's when we'll see us getting into that gas pedals like we're talking about. The imbalance is starting to happen more and more. So the Webster technique is very gentle, the adjustments. If you've ever been to a chiropractic before, if you experienced a chiropractic adjustment, or if you never have, we're going to jump right in and show you exactly what we're talking about. So with our pregnant moms, we are very special pillows that we use for you. You can see here, there's actually a cutout in between here. So we're able for our moms to able to lie down onto their belly. It's able to support there. As our pregnancy goes, we have different pillows, different thicknesses to really support it. So many of our moms, when they come in, they'll say, I just wish I could stay here all day long, especially as a later of the pregnancy here, because it's so relaxing, just puts them into a nice, comfortable position. So this is very important. But this allows us to really get the best analysis on the pelvis, and also allows with the adjustment to make it nice and gentle. So we're able to really help out our moms the best we can. And the Webster technique is very specific for our moms. We know exactly what part we need to adjust, and it helps us out tremendously, because we are not only looking at the different approaches to it with our bones, the ligaments, and the muscles. So we look at all different facets of what is going on with your body, with your pelvis, to ensure that it's able to function the best it can. And last, I feel is probably the most important thing, it reduces the stress. We talked about earlier, getting you out of that gas pedal, getting you out of that sympathetic overdrive to making sure that the body is functioning at its highest level. So to really encompass what it's all about, Webster Technique's job is to reduce the nerve interference. It's going to help improve the function of the pelvic muscles and ligaments. It's also going to reduce the constraint on the uterus to allow your child to get into the proper positioning, and so they're able to have the best pregnancy possible out there too. But the thing is, pregnancy just doesn't end once you give birth. Of course, that's what they say. You have the trimesters that are going on, but you hear more and more people talking about the fourth trimester, they're calling it. I like to call it the new trimester, because once you deliver your baby, your body has to go back. It starts making changes again. So those first 40 weeks that you're going through, different hormones being released, everything was starting to change to get ready for that grand experience of delivering your baby. But once that baby's out, your body has to go back into a normal state. And this is where new stresses start to happen. Some of those physical stresses are from, feeding the baby, holding the baby going on, nursing, all that. Carry around the diaper bags. You'll notice that they get very heavy very quickly. Or even the car carriers start to build up those shoulders and arms muscles that are going along with it too. Some posture changes because you're bending over a lot. But then also just a normal healing that goes along with the birth, no matter if it's a vaginal birth or a C-section. It doesn't matter what type of birth you choose to have, there's always that healing aspect that goes along with it. Now, chemically, hormones start to change up. Your body was producing hormones to allow that birth process to happen as easy as possible. The hormones start to change again to go back into your normal state. And then you have the emotional stress. Just being a new mom, and anxiety, depression, anything else that goes along with it, there's a lot of stress that's going on. And that's why it's important to decreasing as much stress as possible early on as a baby's developing. The first system that's developed with your child is that nervous system. And we like to say is that the nerves that are wired together, they fire together. So if during the pregnancy or during the birth, if you have a very stressful time during this is what your baby's starting to learn. This is what your baby's wired to do. So that's where we see when we have our little ones who come in who have reflux or colic or just seem like they're just not unhappy babies, we ask our moms about the pregnancies. And we want to know why is because of this. Because we see is that when the moms are stressed out during the pregnancy from different physical stresses, the chemical stresses, or emotional stresses that are going on, we could trace that back. So this is why it's important to making sure that you are getting that gas pedal, lifting off that gas pedal and getting that brake system so you get back into that balance. Now, we'd love to be part of your birthing team. If this information that you've heard tonight sounds like something you'd like to learn more about, we'd love to hear about you and really help you. You can reach out to us call us up, or email us, even leave a direct message here on Facebook while you're watching this too. We really want to help as many moms as we can really get through this pregnancy so you're able to have those birthing goals. We want to help you achieve those goals with that too. So thank you for being here with us today. If you have any questions, please make sure you contact us. We're here for you. We love to help you make sure that you have the best pregnancy possible. Thank you. Have a great day.